All right, so it's now some 29 minutes past 7. You're still tuned to Love 99.5. And today, the 29th of December, is the day where we are, feeding. And let me put it this way, we're throwing a party for orphans in Osekrom and beyond. And so I've got the events manager with me, the Citizens of Love 99.5. Mr. Eric Kinku.
Dave.
Shalom, what's up?
Cool. Cool.
Go on, easy.
Oh yeah, sure.
Make a mention.
Oh yeah, if you want us to. Say, and I'm gonna start.
I want
to give some questions. If you ask me questions, I'll certainly answer. Oh yeah, why not?
No Charlie, it's a beautiful Friday, and I know that by latest by 10 o'clock, the party would have begun.
Sure.
Now, yesterday we had you in the studios, and we talked about the fact that we're going to throw a party for orphans. But I didn't ask you to tell us about these orphans. I mean, where are they from? How did we get in touch with them? How often we do these things? How it benefits them? How it helps them and all that. Okay. Run us through it.
Okay, so Dave, thank you very much. In Kumasi, we have over 50 orphanage homes, and what we did as a team was to go around and check if indeed these orphanage homes are registered. People might want to use dubious means to get some money and all that. So management decided that I go around and do checks on these orphanage homes where exactly they are, the numbers they quoted in terms of the number of kids they have and the facilities they have. And we are planning to do a legacy project. So maybe after this one, going forward, we'll look at touching lives, not in terms of money, food items, dresses and all. No, we are looking at constructing boreholes, chips compound for some of these communities so that the entire community will also benefit, not just the homes. So this is a project that we'll be looking at from next year forward. But when I went around, we had about, like I said, we had over 50 homes, and we selected 24 out of the 50 because based on the fact that they were seriously in need, and they needed to be considered for the items we'll be giving out today.
So when you say they were seriously in need, so run us through it. I mean, what kind of a need do they have?
Okay, so you go to some places and where the accommodation is very bad. Some of them have, and they don't have mattresses to sleep on. Some of them have accommodation, there's no water. And some wear tattered dresses and all that, and it's very bad. So I had to put down all these needs from the various homes different separately, and then share with management for them to decide that these are the homes that we are going with. And we don't, like I said, we don't just select the homes. We make sure your home is registered so that it doesn't become like Ofi baby and previously it used to be such that people come from all over Kumasi. They come here, and then we have the party, we share the money to so many homes, and the scanner for baby because they know there's some money elements or components in the party, or so they took advantage of such events. But this time we are not making those things happen.
So in those homes where we have invited 24 to come in today, how many? What's the population for a home?
Okay.
And the youngest child in the home. I'm asking this because we know of situations where people abandon their children. You know.
That was exactly what I was going to say.
Okay.
So there was this incident at Offenso where a mother had abandoned a newborn baby in a bush, and a farmer was on his way to his farm, and he saw this newborn baby. He brought the baby to an orphanage home. So these are some of the cases that when you visit them, you witness, and incidences like this is very pathetic because some of us were lucky not to go through this kind of situation. So The youngest I would say is an abandoned newborn baby. Yeah, that is what I saw. It was about 3 months old. 3 months old. And it was very sad. Very, very sad.
We live in a community with such people, and so if someone has given birth for 2 weeks to a month to 2 months to the 3rd month, and the person doesn't have the baby anymore, do neighbors, do families, do friends, do people in the community ask questions? Now, but we allow them to dump these babies because the baby did not ask you to give birth to him or her. You are going to have your own whatever. Sometimes I know rape cases might be in there somewhere. But you go have your fun, you go get pregnant, you go deliver. They want the child to suffer by abandoning the child in the bush.
Yeah.
Let's talk about population in homes. I mean, how large are the population in homes? Or they're not that big?
Population in homes differs. When you go to Kumasi Children's Home, they are over 500.
Whoa.
Oh yeah. SOS, you know. SOS.
Yeah.
There are many. And some homes have like 200, 150. It varies, like I said. But the least that we had, the least is 19 for this year. The least, and that is the home from Offenso.
Okay.
Yeah, we are 19.
How would you describe the response from our listeners, both on Insha 104.5 and here on Love 99.5? We have made a noise.
Yeah.
We've called on them to come support this worthy program. I know that they have responded, but how would you describe the response from our listeners?
In fact, they've been very amazing from day one since we started this campaign to mobilize money and other items for these homes that we've selected. They've been very amazing. As at 27th December, we had garnered some reasonable sums of money, and I'm foreseeing that by close of day, we'll do a little over 200,000.
Wow.
Yeah.
Charlie, we salute our listeners on Isha 104.5. We salute our listeners on Love 99.5. Thanks very much to all of you for being kind-hearted, for being generous, and for being supportive. We appreciate you so much for doing this. But it doesn't end today, does it?
No, not at all. Not at all. Yeah, as at yesterday, we had students. I mentioned that this time it's not just about the Nshabo, though. We also pay school fees of orphans. Those, not just orphans. If you walk in here and let's say you had a very good resource, I must say, is not the 15, 20, no. You have 6 A's, 7 A's, 5 A's. And maybe you still have your parents alive, but you can't afford to go to school. We help you in that direction. So it's not just orphans, but we extend our hands to those who are very brilliant but needy. We help these guys to also get enrolled into universities, nursing training colleges. We know that in future they will be beneficial to ourselves and the country at large.
So from what I gather, we're not ending today. Throughout the 2 days left for the end of this year, and then throughout the 365 days of 2024, people can say to themselves that every week or every month, I'm going to chip in or donate something to that Momo account. Yeah. It's a running account, so we're going to put something in there so that multimedia will use it to help the needy in society. Before you even answer that or expatiate on that, for those of you who are listening to us and you're saying about Momo, the Bible says when the right does something for the left should not talk about it. You don't brag. Our CEO, Kwesichup himself, has always, put some money aside in an account where we ask you to add on to it. So aside from that money that he's put aside, that we are putting, we're putting an account where we're using to do what we're doing. We also give you the airspace, which of course is also huge. So we give cash and we give the airspace as well in doing all this. But like I was saying, what would you want to say to people who, are listening to us? I mean, I was touched by the answer you gave to the question, the youngest the orphan, where you mentioned that the mother abandoned a baby, 3-month-old baby, in a bush. And so a farmer picked up this baby, took the baby to an orphanage. This baby of 3 months.
I picked a baby like that before.
3 months?
Yeah, it was about 3-4 months. Some years back, around Bakwaran, about where they sell the cars. So it was where we used to hang out and, chill as boys. So we heard, some noise coming out from there. So the watchman who was in the car also heard it. And we all went there. Mm-hmm. Lo and behold, there was a baby wrapped in some brown cloth. The thing was still on the
nipple.
The umbilical cord
was there.
Yeah, it was still there. So luckily, Mrs. Fabian, I think she was the administrator for the nursing training at Confanoche at that time. So she lived nearby, and his son was also our friend. So we used to go to the house. So we quickly rushed the baby to Mrs. Fabian's house. She called Confanoche.
That's what I was saying a while ago. That listen, we live with such mothers in the neighborhoods, in the communities. Somebody delivered of a baby a month or 2 or 3 ago, sometimes even 4 months ago. All of a sudden, the mother doesn't have the baby in her possession anymore. Do we ask questions? Talk to opinion leaders in the society.
Sometimes these things are planned, though.
No, what I'm saying, you're not getting it. So
yeah, I get it.
You live in a neighborhood where you know that Ajwa has a 2-month-old baby. For like 2 days, 3 days, who's Ajwa a baby in a baby? Besides Ajwa,
is that your business?
It is. Let's make it our business. We're talking about human life here.
I think it is not time for us to debate on this because
Dave, you see,
though it's bad.
It is life.
I'm not Dave.
It is life we're talking about.
Don't get me wrong. I'm not supporting the fact that Obia or
yeah, but sometimes these things might not
abandoned.
Yeah,
but in the society that we live,
let's make it our business. But we're talking about life.
But Dave, as you're even talking about multimedia, I always tell you that for a business to survive, there are three tripod, right? The business must be profitable. The business must have people-centered agenda, right? And the business must care about the environment. And what multimedia is doing is the third leg of it, where it cares about people. And Eric made a very fantastic point. These people are paying the fee. Recently, there was a technician here. He's been working. I didn't know he was even the fees and everything is paid. I wish he was here.
No, I got to know of it yesterday. Eric told me about it. I was like, what?
Yeah. Apparently, he's a first-class student. Imagine this gentleman. He may be on the street, one day he'll pull a knife on you or something. Because I've always said, when someone doesn't have any education, they don't have future and everything.
Yeah, sure.
So these people are people who, we are taking them off the street. They are contributing to the stock of the human resource we have as a country and as a people. And one day, who knows, they may be the next David Akwete, they may be the next Leo Stanley, they may be the next Eric Kinkum, who will be also birthing some of these programs to help people. So please, the number is 055.
Take your time.
055 006 8822 055 006 8822, and the name is Insha Donations. Keep sending, and then let's keep helping people, because Charlie, the system is
after a while. I make back announce the number or repeat the number again. But so these 24 orphanage homes that we've invited to come for the Shrabodo today, what exactly is happening? What are we going to be doing for them?
Okay, so this morning, but we have some amazing sponsors coming on board. So we'll do sampling. Cowbell is doing sampling this morning. So it's more or less like a breakfast. And so those who walk in early, because I know some of them will come here as early as 8:30, 8:30. So as soon as you walk in here, like as an invited home. Now, let me sound this. If you are not invited, please don't come around. We are not preventing you, but you see, it won't be nice because we know we invited 24 homes. Each home is presenting 7 people, so 5 kids plus 2 teachers, and that is the description of the invitation we made. And so, if you're not part of these numbers, there's no need to come. But one thing that we are doing is that if mistakenly you come through, we'll give you food to eat.
I went to the foyer and I could smell the jollof.
Oh yeah,
but so when they come, that's why I asked the question as to what are we doing for them. So you run because there's something on my mind.
Like I said, we'll give them breakfast.
Yeah.
As
a
welcome package.
Yeah, sure, package. And then
milk
bibia pan or kakra kusua kakra. Now it's they are special, so we're not joking.
What about those who will be left behind at the home? So you have invited 2 teachers and then 5 orphans. And if you're talking about some orphanages having about 200, children there.
I get it.
That you see where the space here cannot accommodate all the numbers, because like I said, Kumasi Children's Home alone has about over 500 SOS. So what we're doing is that we give them package. It comes in the form of rice, oil, sardine, money, cash. So what happens is that after this one, this is just a subset of the whole
set.
So after we are done with today's event, the various homes that came will throw a mega party at their homes and also.
So if like Eugene said, he's smelling the aroma of some jollof being prepared. So some drinks, they'll get
drinks, they get
and they take it away.
Yes,
that's what I'm looking at.
It will be given in the packet, and I've even seen crates of eggs. David, this year there
hundreds of crates of eggs.
Maybe declare me state to yourself in your orphan.
Your parents are alive.
No, for this day. No, I know they are alive. Because there be crates of eggs. I've seen sacks of rice, gallons of oil. I've seen clothes, and some of them. And David, one thing I love about it, there was recently Amos and I picked one of the pack when we were coming. So the lady gave us a point and goes, "Oh, I couldn't afford a can. My mama to man can." David, that's why I always say that our listeners are special, and you can see that she washed the stuff, ironed it neatly nicely. Folded in a jute bag. It's amazing, David. The packages
for me,
beautiful.
like the saying goes, all work and no play makes Leo a dull boy.
Yeah.
So I came to work one morning around 5:15, and I saw a toy car, big enough for a child to sit in.
Oh yeah.
A motorbike big enough for a child to sit on, and I'm like, hey, we're doing a Shabodo. And I'm just like, wow. So that when they are on the various homes, their various homes at the orphanage, the only thing they could have for play is maybe what do they call it, football, and then maybe some ludo. I've been to some of these homes, so I know what I'm talking about.
Usually, those toys are for rich kids, so
that's what I want to land on, because then these orphan children have access to games that would be described purportedly
for the rich
kid. That's what I'm talking about, and we want as many of these things to come through. Sure. So even yesterday, for example, and I have said it again this morning, somebody sent me a message, and I wonder how come they're able to get my number these days. Somebody sent a message, listen, I have heard you on radio. I just want to know, I'm into baking. I bake cakes. Can I come mount a table and cut cakes and give it to the kids? And I said, why not? Why not? So as you listen to us yourself, whether you are a grandpa or a grandma, or you're married or you're single, or you're a parent, yesterday I said one thing to the audience who listen to us, is that maybe you were listening. You have a child, you're telling the child to take his or her education seriously. She and you on fun is serious. Serious. Bring your child over, and when you're coming, pass through somewhere, buy some clothing, buy some food item, buy some drinks. Come present to the orphan or the orphanage homes. Let your child get to hear stories from these orphans. And yes, I don't come
of course.
But through no fault of theirs, they found themselves in an orphanage. Sometimes don't make dinner for breakfast, but so if you crack say sometimes about 010 and now 011 and now say 001. Some calculation for your last year.
010
when you're 111,
David's not easy.
Some of them have amazing stories. So one I saw the last time we went to do some donation, that was a private thing. One of the guys, he was an orphan. He grew up. Now he's employed and comes back to the house to help take care of the kids. And I was like, wow, that's the only family that he knows. And he puts it on. It's a beautiful thing. It's really a beautiful thing.
2018, I and a lady did it. After I graduated from Yali, we went to Kumasi. That was the first time I've been to a home. David, if you say numb, like I was, because I thought they were like a 5-year, 10-year-old, 8-year-old, and they took us to. When you go to them, I think on your right, apparently they are babies. Some of them are so young, toddlers, so fragile, and when I went there, my perspective about life. It's who wasted their and I'm a hikura. David, you see, when you listen to some of them, you see that you are so fortunate, and by virtue of your parents even being alive alone, that alone is enough.
I think what we should do, something that just came to mind. What we should do as part of the sanitary part campaign, let's go to some of the orphan homes. Yeah, we ran some schools last year, this year. Let's do some orphan homes because they have teenagers there who are also menstruating. It just dawned on my mind. How are they also able to go through? How are they able to go through the cycle? Are they using normal tea rolls? Are they able to get enough sanitary pads? I think next year we need to factor in some of these orphanages, and because you have a list and because you've been around, you can even give us better data to work with. So, like I was saying, bring your children over. Let them come and see these orphans. Some of these orphans are just like the ages of your own children. And let the children hear the stories of these orphans who... The Hamatan is here. Around 1 to 4, the weather is cold. In the comfort of your parents' home, and I say, heater. Like you're standing, press it, no, just so she heater, no, they somebody's at somebody is in an orphan home. But so Jerry, so cry in this kind of weather. Shall not be easy, my brother. Or breakfast cry on Yebi.
Some of them don't have clothes, or tomorrow they work at
Charlie. When you do become baby, comfortable, and other crowd.
But Dave, do you know that these people too, and there's just when they break through the ceiling of education, they just keep going. You see, I think that, and the last I was even saying it, that when you look at even just a big, when you even look at the people from the Zongos and inner cities, their talent is so pure. God has, I don't know, God makes up for their loss in a certain way. So they just, all they need is a little bit of a push. Then they just spark.
They are motivated because
they
are motivated.
Because David, if I'm using myself, because if I'm using myself as an example, when I started doing well in school was when Dr. Mark, and he doesn't know, one day I'll tell him, when Dr. Makoba sat me down and spoke to me in K University.
Dr. Makoba?
Yes.
Richard Makoba?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I'd always wanted to go to law school and do policy. So when I had my theology, I was full. I wasn't going to class or anything. I trailed first semester, first 2 courses, I trailed. When I said this to Dr. Silva Ken, she was shocked. So, because I wanted to go to Legon, I just wanted to leave K University. But he and my academic tutor, then it's called Mr. Noy, Richard Noy. They start me and say, see, first degree is just focus. And David, you've seen my results. Since that time, so you see, for them, and this, I was not coming from a poor home. My dad, I never owed school fees through my education, never. But these people, what I've seen is that, look at Salma as an example. See, they are friends of mine who meet me and like, they will meet there, dawn, she's going to school, because all that she has is that education. So when you give them that spark, so it can even be a laptop, it can be a phone, something. They just go, and you see, by the time you hear of them, they are just gone. This MP has a similar story like that. The Medina MP,
Francis Sosu.
Yeah, look at who he is. He's a member of Parliament. He's one of Ghana's finest lawyers. So please come on board and help us.
It's not just about the clothing.
Yeah.
Maybe you have kids at home who have gone through a certain staging in a certain class. Their textbooks are available. Their exercise books are available. Their school bags are available. Bring us those exercise books, new ones. When you said you actually do half, no, bring us fresh exercise books. Bring us textbooks. Bring us bags. Bring us sweaters. Oh, Charlie, let's show love today. Why? Even now.
Canteen set.
Drive by. We're here till like 5 or 6.
Yeah, we'll close around 5.
In fact, right now, we're welcoming you, but we'll be here up to like 5 or 6. Oba talk to these orphans. Encourage them that Charlie, they find themselves in such a situation.
Take pictures with
them. But encourage them that Charlie, the sky should not be their limit. They should go beyond the skies. Let's show them love. Christ came. He's now been birthed. April next year, we'll celebrate his passing, his crucifixion. He came to show us love. He came to die for our sins. He came to do so many things. Let's use his birth now to show love. Let's do this. What's the Momo number again?
So the Momo number is 055 006 8822. 055 006 8822. And the name is in Shadow Nation. And if you know, you see, I've been close some of these. I remember we went to the Volta region and we went to Keta. I still have the pictures. And David, do you know that was the first time I saw a kid 3 years on Shempa Boada?
No. Some of them. Have you seen? Have you seen a boy or a girl of 8 to 9 years on shared roster? No,
Dave, I'm coming. So why I was shocked was that, you know, as part of the yearly graduation, you need to do a community project. So the Ghana contingent decided that we go to the Keta Government Hospital, register kids on NHIS, and also give them provisions and everything. My shock was that this is Keta. Like, you get me? It's like
Keta is a town.
It's a town. Like, so in Asante, you can say maybe Mampong.
Yeah.
So when I went,
like Asante Mampong,
it's fairly urbanized. Yeah.
Charlie, and 3-year-old on Shempa Boada. So I was sharing the toffees and biscuits and so the mother got me like, Pacho, me bani benyam pabua. She's ever so the tree was a bit shaken. And I'm so, oh, my interest and so the first and pabua. Hey, David, I was there. I was just like, I had chills. 3 years or 36 months on that on Shempa Boada. Charlie, David, people have stories.
So let's show love. Let's show love.
But the job they say I qualify.
You can't think about all the big craft.
Oh, must say orphans. Must say orphans.
David. Oh, orphan.
You know, you are not me, Papa.
Who's
you are mini orphan.
Semi.
Oh, but Leo, do you know that per UN description, Leo qualifies?
I qualify. It's the moment for mommy plate.
It's the petition number. If I grab
Monfa, that is saying but you know, when you want to send something to that Momo number we shared with you a while ago, where we tell you is about insured donations, that's the name on the Momo account. You can decide to type in a reference what you want the money to be used for, whether it's for school fees or for feeding of the orphans or whatever else. You just stipulate it in a reference area what you want the money to be used for. Again, you can come to us. Eric is here today. He's going to be here till 6. We are here. You can come to us and say, listen, we want to have some kind of agreement with you. Every month we want to bring something. It should not necessarily be cash. Every month I want to bring you materials. Every month I want to bring you sandals. Every month I want to bring you books. Every month I want to bring you this. We can have that, gentleman's agreement with you. Then every month you do this. We can even come to your end and pick it up. Corporate institutions are there. MTN and Airtel Tigo and Vodafone and all those big companies are there. We know that you have your own way of doing your own corporate social responsibilities. But I think that you can organize some of your staff.
Yes.
Yes, Jay.
And the ladies who sell provisions in KJT and all these
organize
places,
yourself, your staff, and as a group. Not the company itself, but as a group.
Like how they did for the PAD, the Federation of Lawyers and all those things.
Come also show love. Let's help these young ones. Charlie Mira, let's enjoy some music. It's party time.